Alright guys, Dr. Chris here. It's time to address something people frequently say on my videos when I argue that a sucking habit, bad pacifier usage can cause collapse of the upper jaw. They say, Dr. Chris, my kid had XYZ, sucked on a pacifier, sucked on their thumb too long, and everything went back to normal after they stopped, so it'll be the same here. With that argument is that you're arguing that just because it looks to you like everything went back to normal, that it necessarily did. That's one. Number two, not every case is going to go back to what you would consider normal just looking from the outside. I'm holding in my hands here a case that did not go back to normal. The question is, what characteristics would suggest if something's going to resolve on its own or if something's going to maintain? So there's been good research done on this, and what we found is that if it affects just the front teeth, so if you have something in the mouth and it's keeping the front teeth open and we are not experiencing any changes anywhere else in the mouth, there is a better chance that it'll resolve. Well, if you have problems in the back where the upper jaw is becoming too narrow compared to the lower jaw, or the middle point is starting to shift left or right in your mouth, those problems remain. They do not self-resolve. These types of problems lead to skeletal asymmetries where the jaw can be crooked. They can put a lot of strain into your jaw joints, be really unhealthy for you moving into the future. Another significant factor in whether or not something can resolve is going to be, what is the tongue doing? In a lot of sucking habits, the presence of poorly shaped pacifiers, poorly sized pacifiers, the tongue is going to sit too low in the mouth. It can affect the way you swallow. If you're swallowing improperly, the tongue tends to press forward instead of upward during the swallow motion. This is called tongue thrust. If you develop a tongue thrust, the palate narrows and the front teeth open up and they flare open. So here are the key things you need to look for in your own child to tell whether or not their sucking habit is causing long-term problems or if there's a chance it can resolve on its own. Number one, check the bite in the back or ask your dentist to do it. The upper teeth should always fit over the lower teeth like a jar lid. If they're not fitting that way, you've become too narrow up top. Number two, check the middle point. Check the middle of the upper teeth, check the middle of the lower teeth. When the child bites together, do they line up? If they line up, you're more likely to be symmetrical, unless both sides of the top are caved in. Number three, watch for a tongue thrust. A great way to check this, put some water in your kid's mouth, hold their lips open, ask them to swallow. If when they swallow, you see that tongue push forward into a gap in the teeth, that is a tongue thrust. Another thing to check for is to check if they're chewing just on one side of their mouth primarily. Kids, as they develop what's called the crossbite, where the upper jaw becomes too narrow, often will shift and they'll chew almost exclusively on one side. Give them something to eat and watch them very closely. Watch where the food is, watch where they're chewing. If they're chewing primarily on one side, then they're probably developing the crossbite, and that's not good. That becomes a lifetime problem if left uncorrected. So parents, look for those signs to see if it's going to resolve or if it even has a chance to resolve on its own. And another thing to keep in mind, sucking habits lead to higher palatal vaults. That's a high arched palate. Once you create that, even if the teeth come back, even with orthodontics, that palate often does not fully flatten out into its most ideal form. This is really problematic and can cause nasal breathing issues your whole life. So just because it looks like it better doesn't mean it is.